why in the heckity heck and heck I am named Red Lentil Healing.
We're waiting for Red Lentil Healing.
Hi, folks. We're here. It's y'all know how we do. It is the beginning of the month. It's the first of the month. So, Johnie, shut up. Wait, stop. Johnie, stop. Let me see the back of that deck.
Yeah, that's the same one.
God. Okay.
Which other ones are you using? Do I have it too?
No, just of all the decks, you gonna grab the two. Did you?
Maybe I should pull a chakra too, huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
You guys gonna arrange this before we go live, huh?
As they used to say, copycat scatterdoodle, you ain't got no hair in the middle. So.
Copycat. Say that again.
Copycat scatter. It used to be copycat scatterrag. You ain't got no hair in the back, and so then you just make something up to rhyme with the middle and the front too.
Oh, copycat.
Yeah.
I see. I'm not gonna have a PG-13 version. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mine is different.
It's the first of the month. As I was before I started singing and going off on a tangent, that means it is time for our horoscope for the month. Johnie, always thank you for coming back every month.
He just laughs.
I had the worst experience in the world. It's like, thank you for coming back. It means the world to me. I'm like, last time we pointed and laughed at you, but thank you for coming back.
Lucky girl, you're not kidding. Not for sensitive ears. Seasoned language.
Thank you for coming back. So Johnie is here again this month. Honestly, thank you for coming back. I am very blessed and gracious to have you. And then tonight we've got Jodi.
Oh, good.
Jodi Roberts, Star Coyote. What are we this month? Star Coyote?
Well, that's my medicine name. So yeah, I'm Star Coyote. The sound temple's closed. The medicine name still sticks.
Okay, because I was like, I know I put the right link in the description. So Jodi is like I call her my official shamanic teacher. Jodi and I go back. She is my sister, mother, cousin from the same earth mama and grandfather son. So who puts up with me? I feel like I put up with you too, but you don't really do a lot that I have to put up with. I feel like it's a relationship, but I have and y'all know I don't randomly sleep at people's houses. I have slept at her house. I have been fed. I don't eat random people's food. I have eaten at her house. Anytime I am just weird and not feeling well, I call Mama Jodi. Pray through it and do all the shamanic goodness. So this is you do it right this time. my ace, my teacher, ma'am, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you. And you forgot the most important part. We share a popcorn addiction.
We do. We share a popcorn addiction.
We have shared really big bags of popcorn before.
Massive bags of popcorn. It's insane. We're gonna give it just another minute. Let people join. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Housekeeping. Do I have housekeeping? Like I said, Johnie, I've been snooping your list. And I put your Amazon list down there again because I love it when you post pictures of all your fun stuffs.
Oh.
Mr. Nosy. So, just that's fun. And just, Johnny's always here. Make sure you support him. Happy belated birthday again, even though that was 3 weeks ago, but I just still feel like I need to keep wishing you happy birthday.
It goes on all the way until next year.
Yes. Like in December, like, happy birthday, Johnie. You're like, really
Birthdays have to go for a long time.
And then you guys, please subscribe to Jodi's channel. Also, please, you're going to see just a smidgen of the amazing work that she does during tonight's live stream. So please go to her, go book a link from her. A lot of really all of my Tibetan bowls, but three come from you.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 on the way, I think.
You got 2 on the way. They will be going out Monday.
I can't wait. God, I'm going to have to like sell a kidney and a liver to pay for it. But they're worth it. So, Jodi, any housekeeping top of mind, anything you want to share before we get started?
I just want to say thank you. I love both of you so much. I get readings from both of these beloveds all the time. And I'm sitting here like, Adrian was like, are you excited? I said, does terror count as excitement?
Nothing to be terrified about except for how much I cuss.
I know I wrote about that cuss.
That's it.
My private classes are a little spicy.
We can get spicy.
Spicy. I want to say thank you and hello to everybody that's coming in, and it's really cool to be here on this side of the screen. And I'm looking forward. I mean, I love listening to these readings, especially. So she said I can do more than wave my scorpion tail. I can actually do something. So
I'm excited to have you, Mr. Tarot's Apprentice. Housekeeping.
0 housekeeping.
0.
Live Sunday on House of Lenormand. That's about it.
Becca channel this Sunday. Becca's channel. I loved. I finally got to re-listen to all of you and Lena's readings from Sunday.
Oh, just Lori's still recuperating. She says she's doing better. She's up and moving. She says she still has some pain and swelling. Jen's still in Sedona, so she'll be here Sunday. They're back Sunday, something like that. I don't know, but that's all that's going on in my world.
Okay, and having to put up with me and my very inappropriate what I was doing when text. God bless you.
Into each life, some Adrian must fall. So
like, earlier, I accused one of you guys of passing gas, and it was gone.
You accused my cave gong of farting.
I was like, that had to be a Godzilla-like thing. That was awful big sound. It was like,
well, it's a 40-inch gong.
What person you think that came from? You want to be concerned. Just
I was like, oh wait, was it me?
You put the cork back in that one.
Oh my goodness.
I need to grow up. I hate that fart jokes are so funny. Oh gosh. Tarot Newbie wants to know if you guys are going to have a special guest on Sunday.
Ona is going to join us.
Okay. Ona. So on Becca's channel with Ona, Jin Lin, she'll be back by then, and Johnie.
Jen Lynn will be traveling, so
she'll be traveling back.
She'll sit that one out if
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not good at relaying news. You go into whatever, blah blah blah. Those are not words, sir. Use your actual words.
Oh, Lordy Jesus. So you guys know we do something different every month. Only thing I know is what Jodi's doing. I already forgot what I'm doing. I got so flustered. Johnie and I pulled out the same damn deck. And I'm like, trying to figure out if I can put this up. But Johnie, what are we doing?
Something you need to work on, I think.
Okay, is that going to be for me? So I'll say something you need to work on? Or do you want to do something you need to work on?
We'll both do it.
Okay.
Because, people are complex. They need more than one thing.
You need to hear it many times.
Well, maybe something you need to work on, and then I'll do something uplifting. I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. We'll fluid.
Yeah, let's just pull some cards.
Yeah, we'll be fluid. You know what's funny? You said that from the very damn beginning. You was like, pull cards. I was like, well, Jodi, I feel like we should be, and you're like, or we could just pull cards, you know? And I was like, no. I'm like, we'll just pull cards.
Yeah, we're supposed to be channeling this anyway, so let's spirit do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna get a random bag of smiles from Johnie or I and 10. So we'll go first. We're gonna end each sign with Jodi. Tell us what you're going to do.
What I'm going to do is work with it's not actually a deck of cards, but these are cards from Medicine Wheel Astrology. And I'm going to anchor what these two beloveds do with a very short guided journey. And if I can figure out how to change the sound, I will use bowls, both crystal and Tibetan.
That's going to be amazing.
Now, you have the hardest job because who knows what the heck we're about to say.
Hey, I'm taking notes.
You're not about to tie in what y'all gonna say.
I'm going to try to tie in what you all are doing.
You just saw both of us go, well.
You know, my guides may go, I quit. You're on your own.
Mine quit often, so it's okay.
One of these is liable to say anything.
So, all right, we'll figure this out. What I'll do is we'll go ahead and get started. So to take the pressure off, since I'm the one that got her knickers in a knot when I saw that Johnie and I had the same deck and threw every goddamn thing off, I'll start.
Okay.
And then we'll just see how this turns into a shit show going. Aquarius, you are on deck. Get ready. Don't get your feelings hurt. This is if you've got a proclivity for sensitivity. I'm gonna tell y'all now that's just not how the energy is tonight. What I need you to come is for the real and the heal, so you can get your lives together. Okay. I'm gonna talk to you about what you need to work on. Okay. What do you need to work on, Aquarius, for this ending Gemini and Cancer season? So the first thing we want to do from a chakra perspective, you need to work on your heart chakra, anahata. You need to heal your heart chakra. You need to balance it out. What is your heart chakra? Your heart chakra is really at your heart, it's at your testicles. It's your ability to give love without expectation and to receive love without feeling guilty. This is what you need to work on this month. I always say chakras are like tires, in my opinion. You have too much air, that means it's over zhush. You just gonna be cold and nasty and not want to give love to anyone and be kind of greedy. But if your tire's a little flat and you need to put a little air in that mother sucker, you're going to feel a lot of grief. You're going to feel some depression. You're going to feel some feels, and they're not going to be the fun feels you want to feel. Work on your heart chakra. It is amazing. I hear gratitude. Have a moment of gratitude. Have an appreciation for even the most mundane things. You will realize that how much joy enters your life when even you are just grateful for the most basic of things. Anahata, work on your heart chakra. You also need an energetic clearing. Okay? You got two shamans here, and you got a very, 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 very amazing psychic medium tarot reader, even though he hates titles, down here at the bottom. Call one of us, and we can help you clear your energy field. What this basically means is your chakras, your whole energy system's a little dusty. Dust it off, go pull out a Hoover, go pull out a shark, go pull out something and do a good energetic clearing. There's many ways you can do this. You can do this by listening to some boogie down, really good music. You can do this by meditating. You can also do this by just going out and hugging a damn tree. It is summer. Go be with Mother Nature, but do something that's going to cleanse and heal your energy center. Energetic clearing. Get your stuff together. There we have it. What you got, Johnie?
Interesting you say. I put it back in the deck. You said the word grief has popped up. It didn't go with the rest of my message. So I could put it back and I'm like, that doesn't fit, so I'm not saying it. But you said that.
So it does go.
No, we have to learn tonight to spirits trying to do the talking, let it do the talking. Whatever that card came up for a reason. Come to the edge, a leg up, a time to go. This is the time to trust. Here would come to the edge. This is your fool's journey. This is the fool card. This is the leap of faith. Leg up is a card that is trying to tell you don't be afraid to ask for help. Everything in the world you cannot do. Everything in the world you cannot do alone. So sometimes you do not have to. Time to go means that what it is, you have hit the wall. There's nothing else for you to do. Now it is time for somebody to step up in to take it to the next place. That way the rest of your talents can shine. There are things that you need to do, and then I get a sacral chakra relationships. Now is the time to work on letting other people in, because mind you, I get it. You don't want nobody in your business. Fine. But this person is going to add something that you can step upon to then progress the rest of your talent. Sometimes your talent needs a new wisdom, and you can't get to it trying to do everything on your own. So somebody has the ladder for you to get over the wall. Asking for help, it's all right. That's why I get for you.
I mean, just reach out and touch somebody.
Now, Miss Jodi, see if you can tie that in.
I'm gonna be changing sound every time I go on because I want to play instruments without echoes. There we go. So, the Aquarius card. I need 3 hands here. The animal that can help you with your heart chakra and taking leaps of faith and really honoring grief. We've had a lot of grief this last year. Otter is the animal. It's a very feminine archetype animal. They love to be in water. And the tears of grief are the most sacred of waters on this planet, even though we tend to not like it. So just honor whatever heart chakra opening grief comes up, because on the other side of grief is flow and trust and faith. And the tree to hug, according to this sign, is the beautiful aspen trees that we find in Colorado. So just imagine they're shimmering, and the shimmering of the tree is actually your energy. It's beautiful, it's golden. So just breathe that in. Beautiful Aquariuses.
You're gone out of that silence.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is going to be really hard to do because I get Jodi in this capacity that I never get her in. And so I'm about to be selfish and soak up all of this free and free shamanic traveling. I was like, ooh, bitch, I'm in Aspen right now. I was like, oh, shoot, I have to like host. I feel like you're going to be the nice balance for Johnie and I's foolishness.
I love that sound, Jesus.
Oh, damn. Oh, and it literally, I felt, yes, Jodi's going to be hard. I didn't realize it was going to be that hard. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be trying to steal all of that energy and still try to do those live streams.
There's plenty of it.
I've been able to listen to you play live since I left Dallas. So
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here in Arkansas on a giant lake out that window that broadcasts and expands all the sound in here, which is really cool.
Okay. Now that we're nice and tranquil, I'm going to go back and be petty and tell Pisces what the heck they need to work on for the All right.
I need to turn on rock and roll after we do the bowls.
I shuffled these and I got it again. But I'm going to go ahead and just give you what you got. Pisces, you need to work on your heart chakra as well. Dust it off. Okay, here's what I'm getting for you, Pisces. It's not that complicated, but it's also not that simple. Human beings are complex, and there's a little bit of complexity to a situation that you're dealing with right now that is causing your heart chakra to be underinflated. You are feeling a little bit of grief, a little bit of frustration, and it's weighing on you like almost like it would feel like a broken heart. What you need to understand is that there is complexity. It is not as complicated as you think it is, but it's also not as simplistic. When you realize that and can accept whatever situation or person for what they are, then you can get the flow of harmony that needs to come into your life. Okay, so that is how that's impacting your heart chakra, because what it really is it's causing something to feel stuck. It feels grief. That's what grief does. Okay, so go with the flow because you need to surrender. Remember, life is not difficult. It's sometimes how we view life that adds the difficulty to it. There's a Buddhist teaching about this, right? What you need to just do is surrender. You ain't got no daggum control over it, boo. You really don't. So what can surrendering do? Not surrendering to the situation and thinking of capitulating, but just surrendering your need to have control over the situation and the outcome. Once you can do that and release that, that is how your heart chakra is going to balance itself back out. Okay. Also know that once that is done, there is a prosperity that is going to be awaiting for you. Prosperity isn't always about cheddar, dollar bills, y'all. Sometimes that is a prosperity of abundance of things that you need. That low self-esteem that I was feeling during that month where I was grieving, now I have this abundance and this prosperity of feeling more self-confident. So once you release that energy and surrender to the ethers, know that there's some prosperity that's going to come to you, and be open and welcome to it. There you go, Pisces.
So I get from the secret language of color, I get red and azure. Protect yourself with azure and free yourself from pain. So this is just what Adrian was saying. Sometimes, now pain, unacknowledged pain, unhealed pain is poison. Everything you want to do, you're going to anchor back into this feeling. Oh, I would like to join these people, but remember that time when such and such did me this way. I want to go do this, but remember such and such. Okay, free yourself from that pain, because that is going to poison everything else in your life. And you're going to be that person that nobody wants to hang around, because all you do is talk about that time when such and such and such and such happened. Nobody's going to like you. Free yourself from pain. This starts inside of you. This is not really even on the outside of when such and such did that thing to you. It starts in here. You're triggered by something every time you hear something, every time you see something, every time you smell something. You're triggered by something. It's in here. Deal with this first, and then deal with the outside world. That's right.
I just want to sing "Free Your Mind" and the rest will follow.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're all going to echo now. So, in this card deck, and I'm going to play Tibetan bowls this time. Pisces, your element is water, and your clan is frog, which is a cleansing energy for clearing the heart. And I kept hearing the word sacred paradox when I was listening to these two, because the animal guide is cougar, which is an extremely powerful animal to have as a helper. And frog is extremely cleansing. So in your heart, in your unhealed pain, lies all of your gold. And the sacred paradox is about stepping beyond any kind of victim frequency into acceptance and empowerment, which is part of your prosperity. So embrace the gentleness of the frog and the water and the power of the cougar in your sacred paradox.
I'm so impressed with all this is.
I'm just thinking, goddamn, I'm here to Marine. I feel like I'm just at church right now. I'm like, yes. I'm like, do we need to pass the collection plate?
Oh, no. Jodi Roberts, absolutely.
Come on in with the sermon, Pat. Literally, Minister Roberts. God, no. Woo-wee. I can even stand Pisces, and I feel like I felt y'all on that one. Pisces. Calm down. It's not that serious. Like, these is jokes, Pisces. Yes, Debbie.
At this very moment.
Woo, Lord. Yes, Debbie. Got all the tingles in the crown and in my.
And somebody was air swimming. I love it. And the bowl. This is interesting, given what's been going on astrologically. This bowl was born in the same 15th century that we saw the last time all the alignments happened. This thing was made at that time. It's been around for a while.
Are my bowls going to make an appearance tonight before they get shipped in the box?
After you let me run upstairs and get them, yes.
They don't have
let me mute or stop my camera.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
We'll chit chat for just a second.
No, go for it. I'll have to have my phone, so I'll know what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Where's her link? Is it in
Yes. Let's again, guys. I cannot, and it's not just again because she's a dear friend, but Jodi has been instrumental in my stepping into full-blown shamanism. And thank you, Lucky Girl is about to do that. And here's the link to her. Here is the link. That is not what I wanted. Give me 2 seconds. The link to her website so you guys can book a session. She also has tracks that are vibroacoustic. So she goes, this is not working. She will, there's certain tracks that she will create and play. There's a PTSD track that helps with post-traumatic stress. There's a depression lifting that have a lot of what's called Rife frequencies that are tuned to specific megahertz that will help you heal.
She have one for lungs and breathing that I can attest to.
Mm-hmm. If anybody who's had a session with me, sometimes I play her tracks as a in the background when you're getting a Reiki session with a little added Rife frequency. So
there they are.
These freaking fracks, as they are temporarily named. So just please go check her out, book a session. Like Johnie and I were just saying, the lung blessing are phenomenal.
Yes, and the lung blessing tracks are free.
Yes, you can.
By the way, so just message me if you want those.
Mm-hmm. All right. Since I was the extra prostitute who asked to get a free concert with bowls that I paid for them. I may as well get a free concert. They are amazing grounding bowls. So I feel like we can add. Jodi, we may as well go ahead and start having them be of service since.
Of course.
Be of service.
Well, and this one was one in my collection, and it was like I can't sell it. It's really rare. Mm-hmm. And the bowl spirit is like, you don't play me. I want to go home with Adrian. I
was on the gongs doing something one morning, and I just finished, and I hear clear as day, root chakra Tibetan bowls. Buy them from Jodi now, and it has to be from Jodi. So I jump up and I grab my phone. I'm like, Jodi, hey, so I need to buy some more bowls from you, and they've got to be sealed. I don't have to sell bowls anymore. And I'm like, and I just, I didn't say anything. I just waited. I was like, I think I have one. I said, she's got more than one, but I'm gonna you're like, I found these two, they're kind of dusty. And I'm like, and you're like, whichever one you want. And I was like, she doesn't realize what's about to happen. Just wait for it. I'm just like, please. Yes.
Yes, they have a mind of their own. They were like, we're going somewhere else. We're moving.
Thank you. My guide said it. They were
They were right.
They have to come from Jodi. So they just said, just wait for Jodi to get her coffee and come back to Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get coffee first.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys for our brief comedic interlude. Let's get into Aries. Aries, here's what you need to work on for June. Throat chakra and how you express, mind you, express your will. Okay? Your self-control, your direction, your assertiveness, really, truly your expression. So basically, this is what I'm told to tell you. Stop telling people how they need to run their life and tell you how you need to run your life. Okay? Aries, one thing I love about Aries, I know when I need help, I can always, to hear some good advice, I can always go to my Aries friends and they're going to lay it on me. It's not even everybody's like, oh, Aries are vocal, you're mean. No, they're not. They just tell you the truth. You're just maybe a little too sensitive at that moment, right? But here's the thing, Aries, that amazing will that you have to help others, you need to direct that to yourself right now. Tell you how you need to be running your life. And you need to tell it to yourself. You need to say it to yourself and you need to listen to yourself because that's the whole point of your throat chakra. It's not just your speak chakra. Otherwise, they would call it your speak chakra. It's all in here. Speak it and listen back to it. You need to be the narrator of your own life, i.e. your own free will. Okay? A little bit of humility goes a long way. So here's how these two play together. Not as in you need to be more humble, but actually when you listen to yourself more, when you start honoring your own inner flame, your own divine guidance and wisdom, the beautiful thing that's going to come with it is you're going to be more gentle and humane with yourself. You're going to stop being so hard and rigid on yourself, which is going to reflect in you not being so hard and rigid on how you view life, how you view others. You're going to just get this little softer, gentler touch that's going to come through humility because you're finally listening and honoring yourself. And all that all boils down is life purpose, which is really technically throat chakra work, because your throat chakra is speaking divine truth, listening to divine truth about your life goal, your life process, your life purpose. All of this aligns when you start listening to you about you. This beautiful thing about being a human, being more gentle with yourself is going to come, and all of that lines up with your life purpose. There you go.
There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. I get the karma card. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroad with your own evolution. There is a change, indeed, but the change is in here. Just like Adrian said, I'm trying to tell everybody else what to do. It's now time to look a little inward. This is the time, this is the month to work on you. Fire sign here in the heat of summer. This is the time to change, maybe move the ego out of the way, maybe move whatever it is that is blocking you from progression. Move it out of the way, and this is more than likely yourself. Because people get in their own way before other people do all the time. So there's a change to be made, and that is indeed you. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. They want you to take that in. It is easy for me to receive. Because the hardest thing to receive is personal change. But it is easy for me to receive. Aries.
Okay, we are going to play Adrian's bowls. Just a moment. Okay. Now, the Aries animal medicine for this journey is the hawk. Powerful, majestic messenger in the sky, and looks down on everything Gets chased by crows all the time, around here anyway. And the humility piece to this sign is the plant medicine is dandelion. That little tiny dandelion down below, the beautiful yellow flower that feeds the bees every year. And when you can balance with fire your hawk medicine, which is majestic, and your dandelion medicine, it makes the change easier because you have the humility needed to change. It takes humility to change. It takes being able to tell the truth to yourself. And part of this card's messenger is the energy of the phoenix, the actual burning of whatever karmic change needs to happen so that you can be reborn into a different state, into sacred purpose. Your kids sound really good. Everybody breathe. And that's Aries. Here we go.
Right. I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay.
Sacred water, remember? I was one of the other side.
All right, Taurus. Terrific Taurus. You get another throat chakra. Yours this time is about honesty, truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. There is nothing that a Taurus hates more than insincere communication and lies. Best friend to Taurus, I've seen someone lie to her. That did not end well. Here's the thing, Taurus. As much as you hate lies from others, why do you continue to tell yourself a lie? There's something you're telling yourself every day, all day, and it has been for a very long time. That is not true. Why is that? No, honestly. Why is that? Ask yourself that. Why is it that I'm not being honest with myself about something? Why is it that the truth and transparency that I demand from others, I am breaking my own cardinal sacred rule right now? This lie can be as small as I don't have an Amazon.com shopping problem, or it can be as egregious as I am not worthy to pursue the things that I want to pursue in my life. That's a big freaking lie. Stop telling yourself that lie. Start demanding honesty from yourself and see how much further you can go. Okay? You're telling yourself this lie because you're scared of a loss. There is a story that you're telling yourself that you believe so much, and you're so scared that if you don't tell that story to yourself anymore, you're going to grieve. Well, guess what? It is time for you to grieve that loss because it actually does not serve you anymore. There's something particular. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You're going to learn how truly wonderful you are when you lose whatever that lie is you're telling yourself about yourself and go through that grieving process. And once you go through that grieving process and come out on the other side, you're going to realize that there's actual justice. You were the one that was not giving yourself the justice that you need. It wasn't caused by somebody else. It was all because you had this mind movie about you, for you, that didn't serve you anymore. Let it, as my mother used to always say, you need to let it go so you can grow. It's okay. That loss, this is a good loss. This is going to be a good grieving for you because it's time to let some true honesty roll in because there's some justice that you need for yourself. So you can move forward. And we're not talking, again, small stuff. This could be pretty life-changing, but very good for you.
And for that, you need some patience. In the Bible, the most powerful creature there is God, right? And even God overnight could not create the heavens and earth. So there are times where you need to take time to let time go. Wisdom. This is something that you know, but in the moment, we get caught up in things and we want things right now. Spiritual awakening. I'm going to focus more on ground chakra. This is something in a divine. This is something outside of you. The things that you want, the things that you're yearning for, whatever it is that you want to happen overnight. God did not create the heavens and the earth overnight. You're not going to get what you want overnight. Not on this planet by yourself. Things take time. I always say to this for people who, let's say, they're looking for a relationship or whatever. The person you may need to meet is probably with someone right now, or they're going through their own healing journey right now. They need to be finished before they're in the position to meet you and for you to meet them. Things are still working. There's a clockwork to life. You have to have patience, and you need to keep that in mind the next time you feel like you want to huff and puff because things ain't going your way. Just wait.
Shamanalaya should about a Honda. And thank you, Veronica, for the super chat. May that generosity be returned to you immediately. Twofold. This is the second week you done got me, girl. Thank you very much. All right, Mama, bring us in.
Okay, we're going to change the audio. And what I'm hearing from my guides about this sign, my favorite, I don't know what just happened. There we go. My favorite ex-partner was a Taurus. There is a Taurus. And the anchor of that earth energy was the most amazing trait he had, which when he could do it, we're going to be playing the Earth Gong, by the way. When he could do it, he had the patience of a buffalo. So what I'm getting on what you all just said is really root yourself on Mother Earth and anchor in your heart and know that you are going through the eastern door in your sacred circle to a new beginning. And yes, it takes some time. And time's an illusion, so it takes whatever it takes. Just call on Mother Earth for some help, because that is your sign, that is your element. You're part of the Turtle Clan, which is another name for this continent, Turtle Island. And they're very patient.
And that makes all the sense in the world. That time takes what it takes.
Yep.
You can, that's one thing that you cannot control. And if you take what it takes. All you can do is be on time or late to something. That's that you controlling yourself. That's it.
I missed Earth Gong. It makes me miss storm busting with you. All right. Geminis, Johnie.
Johnny the Gemini.
I'm like this already.
Yeah, let's start hurting your feelings. Okay. Divine consciousness. I need you to talk to Jesus about you. No, I'm just kidding. What you actually, I'm a rock with this because my guys are laughing and they're saying you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yes. Ask Jesus what it is you need to fix in you. Okay. For those of us who don't think it's a man on a cross, ask Spirit, ask Allah, ask Muhammad, ask Krishna, Ganesha, Allah. I don't care who you pray to or don't pray to, but there is a divine consciousness called energy, this thing called life, that moves us. Talk to it. Ask it. Spirit, Hey, yeah. Listen, it's your boy Gemini. Yeah, long time no talk. Yeah. I know. Listen. I'm gonna pay 5 on that until I get caught up in a couple weeks. Just give me some time. I don't get paid until the 15th. It's just the first. Calm down. I'm gonna pay on it. Okay. Listen, I need help. What is it that I'm supposed to be kind of doing right now? I feel a little lost. I don't feel like I'm connected to even myself anymore. I don't really feel like I'm connected to my friends. Can you help? Can you help? Oh, you're gonna put me on hold for just a minute. Okay, no big deal. Oh, okay. And this is how the conversation needs to go. Tap into spirit to ask for help, to ask for guidance. It's called divine consciousness for a reason. We are conscious human beings, and how we dial into that consciousness is we talk to the divine. We get connected to spirit. Yes, that was a whole little thank you. The Oscar goes to Adrian for that skit. But that's as simple as it is. Believe it or not, that's what meditation is focusing on one thing single purposely for a prescribed amount of time, even if for 1 minute, going, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? And then walking away from it. The answer will come, but it's going to have to come from spirit. Okay? Use your crown chakra, connect to spirit, ask spirit what it needs to be doing. Ooh, I didn't even look at the card until I flipped it. And that is so true. And this is where your awakening will happen. And this is how it will happen. These are meant to be here together for a reason. Divine consciousness gets you to that awakening, that breakthrough moment, that aha moment that you need. If you have been feeling stagnant, stop trying to fix it yourself. Ask spirit for guidance and direction, and just trust that it is coming. Your dreams are also going to play a very integral role, because once you've asked spirit for help and you're waiting for the answer, go ahead and pay attention to this. Get your journal, start writing out what you get in your dreams. And those are going to be the answers that spirit's going to give to you. Don't phone a friend, phone Jesus.
On the main line, tell them what you So Gemini, especially after the eclipse, this is the season of you need to do. Here's the observer. I know for myself, I like to people watch and sit back and take it all in, which is a very interesting facet of my, I guess, duality, because I also talk, as you can see from my live streams, where I constantly talk for hours on end. So, but here, with the observer, it is now time to stop watching. Poise, this is confidence, flexible. Now is the time not to necessarily bend your willpower or whatever the case may be. Now is the time to do something that you have been waiting to do. Now is the time to get out of the comfort zone. Inner strength. Now is the time to do. What are you going to do? If you can't seem to get there because of procrastination or whatever else, that means you are trying to do it yourself. Align yourself with that divine consciousness, and it will motivate you, I guarantee you. Because there's something you want to do that you can't do because you're trying to do it on your own.
Did we have a conversation about this last night, Mr. Taurus Apprentice?
First of all, this wasn't about me.
And also, don't put your business out on Front Street.
But I will say this. I have finished my rough draft.
Good.
All 32.
We'll chat about this offline. I can't wait. Go ahead, Jodi.
Okay. Change the sound. Okay. So the Gemini has a couple of really interesting animals. You have the deer clan, which I got to live with one for a couple of years, and my perspective was, I'm on your land, I learn deer. I do not impose human. And deer always help each other. They cannot do it alone. They will not survive if they're attempting to do it alone. And there's a leader. In this case, it was a doe named Louise. So there was somebody who was doing and watching and observing, and they all helped each other. It was a beautiful way of being. And what I'm hearing in what you all are reading is the other animal, which is butterfly, which is change and more change. And if you think you're going to stay the same, you're going to change. Butterflies go from caterpillars to butterflies. So now is the time to put on your wings and get out of your comfort zone and know that you know how to fly.
And see, all day yesterday, when I was looking for images and things, the butterfly kept coming up. It wasn't just a butterfly. It was like the cycle of its evolution. It was a caterpillar that showed it going into the cocoon and then out of that change and then fly away. Yeah, that was for me. Get out my business.
I sure was thinking about you that entire. I was like, yep. We talked about out alone. And then I was thinking, like, it's gonna sound so bad. How proud of you I was for you reaching out last night and like the exercise we went through. I was like, I'm proud of him for not trying to do this on his own.
Yes.
And I didn't say anything then because I was like, I don't want to freak him out, but like, I'm really proud of him for doing this.
And it's hard to ask for help.
Yes.
And animals teach me that. I mean, I watch animals, and we have swallows that are on the boat dock that their babies just flew for the first time a couple of nights ago, and we all happened to be watching Lake TV, so we saw it. And one was terrified. It got up on the top, would not fly. And everybody's like, oh, come on, you can do it. And he's just, you can see the frozen fear. I don't know how to do this. And finally, somebody in the pack just, sort of took them by the wing and they flew together.
I love it.
And what I saw this morning was the whole family just, and I'm like, oh, you did it. You got over it. You asked for help and you got it.
Yeah. Oh,
once you realize you can fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's beautiful.
Then you'll realize what was stopping me that entire time.
Fear, the perception of fear.
All right, guys. Let's go back into the petty and the ratchet for a few moments with Cancer. It's like, I'm telling you, I get all zen and I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm about to be real petty. I hate that I'm about to ruin this. Not going.
Sacred paradox. You get to be petty.
Cancer. So this is why I'm going to continue to wear my mask in public for quite a long time because I don't do well with facial expressions, never have. And then it got worse for the year and a half I had to wear a mask. So I just found out that I have two favorite people who work at the store across from me that I visit all the time. We were talking. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Did you hear me the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was really weird. My microphone was saying it wasn't working. Okay, two people across the street from the same time. I kind of slid my mask down for a moment because, why not? And I asked what their signs were, and they said Cancer. And I went, And they're like, ooh, you need to wear your mask because your face. Yeah, Cancers. And I gave them a message last night about Cancer, and it's very funny that it came up again. This is inner child. Cancer. Be a little bit more fluid like a child. Stop being so rigid in your thought process about how things should be, who accosted you, who hurt your feelings, or who needs to be told what justice is. Let it go. Children don't get that caught up. They tell you off, they tell you got a bug in your nose, and then they grab your hand and then they go run to the slide and they go play. They don't think twice or long about things. They just are. They play. This is not, you need to go heal your inner child work because that would be the heart chakra. This is your solar plexus chakra. I need you to just be a little lighter right now. Lighter. Okay? Like she's got in this dress and that, I know that breeze feels really good blown up in betwixt her legs. And that's freedom. Be breezy. right now. That is key for you. Be breezy, because what you need to do is reframe. There's a thought process that needs to be reframed right now. You can't do that being rigid. You're going to have to be a little looser to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. Because you need to, there's forgiveness that's on the other end of this for you. Okay. Be looser, be more fluid, be more lighthearted, because with that, you're going to reframe a thought. That thought needs to be reframed because you need to be, there's something that needs to be forgiven. There's an energy. I'm even just going to say there's an energy of healing that needs to happen through forgiveness. Because what's going to happen next is, instead of then being in your stomachs and your solar plexus chakra, then next is going to come to your heart chakra, and then you're going to start to breathe. And that's going to be an imbalance. Let's stop this before it gets to our heart chakra by go ahead and being proactive with our forgiving. That's what's on the other end of being lighter and reframing.
So pause for a moment, because this was the last time that we played bowls. This was the same thing. You say the sound makes you anxious. I can speak from someone in my family having the same reaction. So here's what, I'm not a shaman, but here's my little intake on this here. Sound breaks the lips and index. So if it is making you anxious, it is because there is something there that it is trying to move out of. All sound injects something. If you hear horrible sounds, it may inject fear. If you hear great sounds, it may inject whatever. But if you hear something and it is making you anxious, it's because it is something there that it is trying to break up. Mm-hmm. So what you really do need, I mean, this is just my opinion, you do need some sort of sound treatment, because there's something, probably past hurt or whatever the case may be, that is at the front that you're not dealing with, that it is trying to disrupt. Because that happened, someone in my family, and they heard, well, I forget what it was. I think it was singing bowls, and they just burst out into tears. They had no idea why. I'm like, there's something that's breaking up. And mind you, this person has a lot of pent up stuff, but it was breaking it up. So I just want to say that. But make a choice. Follow the leader. This means that Spirit wants you to be the leader, or home security, or you can be fine where you are. Now, the reason this is important is just like Adrian was saying. Go with the flow. You don't have to be in charge of everything, and you don't have to always follow. You can make the choice. Now, here's the good thing about the home card. You can be secure in both places. Because sometimes a person doesn't need you to lead anything. They just need your expertise, or they need your help, or they need your unwavering support. They need you to be that place of security. Because sometimes what you can bring to the table, they don't have. Remember that leg up card we got earlier? So sometimes you don't need to lead, you just need to support. But you have the choice of doing either. And be secure in both. And open your third eye. This is the reason why you can be secure in both, because you know what's going on. You're not just envisioning. This is not all about psychic powers. This is you having the knowledge and the know-how, the foresight to know what you need to do in either position. You can just go with the flow. It's okay. You don't have to be in charge. You don't always have to follow. But whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to be secure in both.
So my suggestion with the sound is, when it starts bringing something up, take a really deep breath, because that can pop the bubble of the anxiety. And sound healing is designed to go into the places that we're holding tension or resistance and pop the bubble. And I'm going to play the crystal bowls again. This one's the head bowl. This one's the heart bowl. I use these for heart math. So breathe into your heart. Have a chat with your head with that power and that energy. And for Cancer, in particular. The direction of this card, the direction this card is in, is the south, which is inner child, which is emotional flow. This is where the card hangs out. And the animal sign is woodpecker, and I have a woodpecker that I filmed one day hanging upside down off of a bird feeder and reaching his head up to eat birdseed. And I took that little vignette, put it on TikTok, and put the Pink Panther music on it because that's what my inner child wanted, because he looked like a nut. So remember to play. Cancer has coyote medicine as one of the overriding energies. Remember to laugh at the seriousness of what you're going through. Laughter is a really good piece of sound healing. And breathe. The heart bowl is out. Patty, is the heart bowl, this one right here. Take a really deep breath. And put your hand on your heart. And know that the sound is going in and giving you a sonic kiss. And just breathe. Okay.
Absolutely. And I can say this from personal experience too.
Mm-hmm.
I was resistant to sound healing, sound meditation, sound period. I liked music, and I did not equate the two, but singing, bowls, gongs, anything that I associated with, like I always tell Adrian, chakra and yoga and things that people who walk around barefoot and yell home all the time. I always resisted to that because I thought that's hokey and that's not me. But it's like I finally get a singing bowl, and I hit it one time, and like my ears, they like left my body, and just it was like I don't know how to even describe it anymore. It was I hit it every time before I go live because it sort of resets the energy. It kind of raises my vibration, if that makes sense. Well, it makes sense to y'all, but if it makes sense at all. But I love it now.
Well, and know that there are people when I've been doing sound healing with bowls and gongs for 17 years. And there were people who thought that it was somewhat weird for them to play rock and roll in their cars if they were coming over to a class I was doing. And I'm like, guys, I grew up in my high school was in the 70s. Give me some good rock and roll. And what I find, one of my favorite ways of doing sound healing when I really need to move stuck energy is putting on 2 cellos, Thunderstruck, crank it up all the way and just let that sound, because breathe. Because you can use any sound for a healing transformation. It's your intention. That's what's driving it.
All about the intention. And if your intention is this noise bothers me, it's just going to make it worse.
Yes.
It's just going to make it worse. And I also challenge that when you feel that way, you may need to keep it to yourself, because also putting that out into the ethers and into the environment can also disrupt the healing that's intended by the sound. You're blocking the healing that needs to happen. So just like you both gave such amazing advice and tips. Breathe in, let it transform, recognize that there's something, it's annoying or bothering you because there's something that needs to be, it's doing its job actually.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about sound, I'm extremely sensitive to sound and always have been. And it's, for those who get upset with sound healing, sound for me can be very irritating. And one of the things that playing these roto-rooter type bowls and gongs has done for me is given me the ability to turn irritating noises into music, into a different language. It's almost like the August Rush movie where he can make a symphony out of what's going on in New York City, which would drive me nuts to be in a big city. And yet we all can do that with a reframing and refocus of how we're looking at it. And it takes practice. It was hard in the beginning to play these things because it was like, okay, that's making me heal because I'm playing now, So I get it. I get it. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Johnie.
But you have to, at the very least, give it a try and acknowledge what it is that you're feeling and why that you might be feeling that. The why is a little harder because you need to look a little deeper. But like I said, I was always resistant to it because I thought it was all, new age rocks in my pocket people. So it's like, now I'm one of those people who walks around with rocks in his pockets.
So thunderstruck on violin. Oh, I want to hear that.
I told both of y'all that I still have him as a client, and I just scanned the chat to make sure he's not here. Hold on. He's not. He's so into crystals that he does sometimes during particular retrogrades will tuck them underneath his testicles.
That's where his root chakra is. Right?
Well, that's raw. I mean, I get that.
I'm like,
grounded.
It's nothing sharp, right? It's something nice and soft, like some,
I mean, you do you, boo.
I was warned if I heard that I was doing something wrong.
And then I'm like, what is it that I'm doing during my client sessions that makes people feel so comfortable they can share this with me?
It's the empath, they see it.
But he puts them under, he said he does it all the time, just during, he said, and I quote, intense situations.
Yeah, I get it. It's grounding.
This is why I live a boring life, though. I don't
I know Johnny's down there going,
This is why I live a boring life on purpose. I live in an intense situation where I feel like I need an amethyst between my legs.
Can you imagine, like, hey, stuff's going rogue. Hold on a second.
I'm going down here. Let's see, I got 2 crystals over there.
But, hey.
It works.
I'm from the earth. He is from the earth. Put it where you want to.
Hey, you paid for him. You connect to Mother Nature. I tell people hug trees. You put rocks underneath your testicles. It's
and put it somewhere you can't get it back out.
It's not in an orifice. So
you're not the thing from the Fantastic Four. You're not amazing.
No.
Jesus. What are we on? Leo?
We're on Leo. Yes, we are on Leo.
Leo, luscious Leo. Y'all coming up next month, so don't y'all be sitting there judging. We get to y'all little dusty critters next month. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. Give me one more moment to pull another card. Thank you all. 154 of you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Johnie, for coming back again. I appreciate you. And thank you, teacher, sister, mother, cousin, friend, for being here tonight as well. All right. Leos, let's talk about some action you need to be doing. Your root chakra. What do you need to be doing? You need to be doing something, is what this is telling us. Okay. There's a moment that you need to seize. There's some action you need to take. Go ahead and do it. Sometimes I wish it were that easy, that we just had a crystal ball that could tell us exactly how to act and what to do and how something's going to come out in the long run, so we know how to act and what to do, and we would know, we would feel safe and secure. Johnie and I have about 1,500 tarot decks between the two of us, and we still can't tell what's going to happen when it happens. That's just not how this vessel works. So therefore, the inability to predict the future should not be your reason to not take action. You're going to either miss out on the life. Here's what's going to happen. It's going to keep going regardless. So you may as well have an active role in whatever that's about to happen. Okay. My dad always teaches me. I said, Dad, I don't have any, I have no choice. He goes, actually, you do have a choice. You can choose not to do it. And then that's going to work out how it's going to. And you had no stake in the game. So don't be that person. Have some stake in the game. Connect with your root chakra. Know that you are safe and secure no matter what you do, even if it feels like you're not. Spirit has you. Okay. Ooh, that's beautiful. By doing that, you're going to get a true offering to you. This is your moment. This is the thing you need to seize. This is something for you, and it's going to be an offering to you that you're going to give yourself just by taking action. What in the hell did you just say, Adrian? What does this mean? By actually doing something, you've just given yourself a gift that you didn't even realize. Whatever it is that you're so worked up and you're afraid to do, go ahead and do it. That is going to open a door that is going to be so cat snatching fantastic for you. And it's going to be something beyond your wildest dreams. Whatever you're dreaming that may be awesome and big, baby, it's going to pale in comparison. So go ahead, take that action. That offering's going to come. It's going to be amazing. It's going to knock your cat snatching socks off. Go ahead and do it. Spirit has you.
It is time to broaden thy horizons. Awaken your creativity with Amber. Improve your vision. Broaden your horizons. What do you want to do? Okay, whatever that is, expand it. There might be a bit of a fear, just like Adrian said. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what it is. People don't like not knowing. People love, this is why everything in the world has a label. We want to know what it is. We want to know where it came from. And when we don't know where it comes from, we make it up. We just need something there for us to have some sort of understanding. That way, if we ever come across it again, we can come back to this spot and say, this is what happened, and this is why it happened, even if it's false. But what you need to do is not be afraid of what you cannot see. Otherwise, don't leave the house at all. Because there's a whole bunch of unexpected stuff out there, some good, some bad. But all of it is going to happen at some point. So don't be afraid of the things you cannot see. Broaden your horizon anyway. If you don't succeed, try it again. That does not mean that it was some sort of failure. It means that this is data taking. I tried it this way, it didn't work. Let me add something else and see if it happens. Improve your vision and broaden your horizons.
So, Adrian, you were talking about the root chakra. I get to play your bowls again. So here's, I don't know, how do you guys put these things in front of the camera? I'm not used to this. So this is an animal medicine. I had to look this sucker up. It's a sturgeon. I didn't even know what that was. A sturgeon is a fish, dear Leos, that can live to be 90 years old. Can swallow a salmon in one gulp. And when you're looking at taking action and going through fear to take action, anything that lives that long is going around the sacred wheel enough times to find the patterns and trust that taking the action will bring some kind of consequence, and if it's not the one you want, you take a different action. And that's what inner leadership is. And what came up for me in listening to you two, there's a motto on this card for Leo of I shine. Shine the light on the shadows before you take the actions. Just use your inner light, then you'll be able to see better. And ground yourself. Even though your element's fire, you need to ground on earth. So for any of you breathing through the bowls, these are root chakra bowls. Just let them ground you. Okay, Adrian, your bowls sound really good tonight. Let me get the echo off of here. There we go.
Can you go ahead and give us that message one more time about shining that light on that shadow?
Okay.
That was
One of my original shadow working friends in the old days, 35 years ago, he would say, your shadow's back here, and you need to bring it around here and shine your light on it, because in the shadow is the gold. Your greatest strength is in your shadow, but you need light to be able to find it. He's mining gold.
Every reading, I say I'm gonna buy a tambourine because I feel like I'm in church. And
no tambourine.
I have one of those in here somewhere.
I'm gonna charge you $25. Go ahead and throw it in that box.
I have an inner child tambourine that's all sparkly and shiny.
I need, because I was just, whoo, that was a sermon. Another good sermon. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. All right, Virgos. Virgo, start paying attention again. Here we go. What do you desire? What are your goals? You have got to get that in check. You are depriving yourself of something, and I don't know what that is. You know what it is. What do you truly desire? And it's okay to say it. Even if you, right now, you only have the courage to say it, maybe to yourself innerly, not a word. However, internally is. If you can only say it to yourself internally, that's okay. But what you have to do is you have to recognize these desires, because they'll never manifest. This is all sacral chakra energy. Your sacral chakra has a whole bunch of stuff attached to it. It's like a whole laundry list of things. One of those particular is joy and desire. What the hell do you want? And here's the biggest thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask you a very uncomfortable question. Why can't you have it? It's nobody else that's telling you can't have it. It's you in your mind telling you can't have it. You may be attaching some kind of weird association to it. So go ahead and stop doing that. And the only way to do that, to manifest desire, to make yourself happy, is to go ahead and not, what did I say, whatever word I made up earlier, ignore it. Just say it into yourself internally. And I shuffled, but yet I got true offering again. This is cosmic and karmic for you. This needs to happen. Whenever you get the true offering is about just what it needs to happen. This is a gift to you. Give yourself the greatest gift by go ahead and internally recognizing what it is that you desire and do you want. Yep, because again, I said it. You will never manifest it unless you recognize it and hold it. So go ahead and start doing this so you can get that manifestation, boo-boo kitty. Okay?
Now is the time to stop and assess. Stuck in the mud. Now, this in particular card, I got a whole bunch of stuff here, but the message is not in the card, it's in here. So I'm going to tell you what it says. What's happening right now with the phases of the moon. The moon does not, I mean, it has phases, but it doesn't have phases at the same time. That's the Earth's shadow moving across the surface of the moon. Parts of the moon is not disappearing. It's not going away and then coming back next month. It's still there. The whole thing is still there. It's just dark. So it needs to be some sort of step back and take in what is actually happening and not what you think is happening. There is something you want here with the growth and the balance and all. There's something you want that for whatever reason you can't seem to reach it or get it. But you're going about it the wrong way. You are stuck in the mud. You're stuck in a place, a mental place, where you might be even tricking your own self to your surroundings. You think you are stuck in wherever you are. You think that the moon is fading away, but step back and see your actual situation and then deal with it accordingly.
I'm extremely offended how on point that was. Damn you.
Okay, you guys are going to love this one. For all of you who need to take a really deep breath, start now. Adrian, I'm going to the gong that farted. Virgo, your medicine is bear medicine, powerful, powerful bear medicine. And your crystal is amethyst, which is all about your head. And I am going to actually leave the screen and go play a gong that is a sacral gong. And it was made in a cave in Italy. And it makes funny noises. Take it deep breath.
He's the mouth.
Just like the bear. So you let the growl of the bear help you break through whatever illusion that you have around what you want and how to manifest it, so that you are in crystal clarity, that amethyst clarity to get exactly what you want.
And can I add that just like we were saying, you can look at a cave where that gong was made and say that's just a hole in the earth, or that's a hole in the mountain. Step back. Do you see something else? Do you see a possible shelter? Do you see a possible whatever? It can be something else other than just what you think you see. Step back and assess.
Well, I used to play concerts in caves, in one cave down in Bernie, in Texas. And it was the womb of Mother Earth. And it dripped water. It was always dripping from the ceiling. And there was usually wind blowing from the back of the cave, and the bats would be making sound. I mean, it was an amazing experience of, yeah, okay, it's a hole in the ground. And it was a very deep, sacred experience, which Virgo is an earth sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very much an earth sign. Anything from a cave is good for the ritual. Go into the void and embrace your unlimited possibilities.
It's a reason it exists.
Go into the void and fix yo. Cheated because I was able to see both of these cards. Hold on. Stop. All right. Libra. My birthday twin's in here. I saw her earlier. I don't see Jace or Becca, so I'm the only Libra standing other than my birthday twin. Let's go ahead and get this malarkey over with. See how Spirit is about to tell us about ourselves. Hi, Lori. All right, birthday twin. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get in our feelings real quick. Oh, and Anne. Okay. All right, Anne fam cooks. Another. All right, so I'm not alone. I'm not going to be the only one feeling a certain kind of way. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'm halfway there. You need to ground. Grounding. Practicality also is the key for us right now. Does it make sense to take on all of the work of 1,900 people, or is that practical? Or what's more practical is doing what you can do right now in this moment. Grounding, being practical. Okay, that is the key. You got to ground yourself. I said I'm halfway there because Jodi just played two new children who will help me ground. Grounding. Go hug a tree. And it's not even as simple as hugging a tree. It is about being practical, being present, being in the moment, realizing just breath. Only thing I can control right now is the air that just came in and out of my lungs. And that's sometimes as Libras, because we do too much, that's all we can do. And the best thing and the only thing we should be doing sometimes is just focusing on the gosh darn air that's coming in and out of these lungs, kid, and nothing else. Grounding. That is what you need to work on this month. Ooh, yes. And that's liberation. And baby, I want it. Grounding will help bring some much needed liberation. I can say this collectively. I don't try to speak on behalf of all Libras, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak on behalf of all Libras. There's some liberating that needs to happen right now. We are too in a snit about being the perfectionist, doing the things that need to be done, trying to bring everybody else's balance, and that ship is about to sink. Stop it. Liberate. Let flow so you can grow. Like Outcast says, that's liberation, and baby, I want it. Focus on the liberation. Because what's going to come from that is confidence. Not having to be and do and put up, because we put up facades. Everybody thinks Libras are super confident and we're super grounded. It's a facade that we put up that we don't even realize that we put up. And it will be very, very nice. I know I'm looking forward to it, to actually having some real gosh darn confidence for once, and not confidence people tell me they think I have. That doesn't really exist. But the confidence of that that's going to come from that liberation. So there you go, Libra. Hope that resonated with you.
So I want to push back on that.
Uh-oh.
The scales of Libra are, for the Libras that I know, they do not use those scales for themselves. They want to make sure, just like you said, though, that everybody else is balanced. Do you have what you need? 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 Meanwhile, these fingers pointing backwards are never acknowledged. Do you have what you need? There's more of them pointing at you than is pointing to the outside world. So there is a confidence there because people see it, because you can solve my problem. You may not even realize it, but that's the reason that so many people come to you, is because you can do it. Now, should you always do it? No, because that drains you. But that's why they come to you. Here, Jesus on the main line again, deepening and meditation. He wants you to spend a little time with him, with God, with source, with spirit, with trees, with rocks, with whatever it is you connect to. Spend a little time with that. The reason you should spend a little time with that is because it has a source of energy you cannot deplete. So you need to go to it, because you are easily depleted because you're human, and everybody in the world is pulling at those scales at the same time. And so that's why you're always in this influx, is because there's always somebody yanking at it. Spend a little time with the energy that does not deplete. There is a message coming to you. Signs and dreams. There is a message coming to you. It may come to you when everybody else has stopped, which means in your sleep. So once everybody has sort of let you alone for a second, or if you are in the room in your house where the plumbing is, I'll just say that.
I was like, he's about to say some petty.
Let you the F alone, then there is something that is trying to be downloaded into you, and it is going to bring you some reward. It is going to bring, and mind you, like Adrian said earlier today, that it's not always money and blings and blings. Whatever you are lacking could be your abundance. What you need? More confidence? Here it comes. You need more laughter? Here it comes. You need more friends? Here it comes. You need more quiet time? Here it comes. Whatever it is, because like I said, it's going to come to you once you spend a little time with that which cannot be depleted. So they're trying to give you something, but you need to be quiet, or you need to be asleep, or you need to be in the room with the plumbing, whatever the case is.
Coming back.
Whatever the case may be.
I
Just
can't.
make sure you don't get rid of it. That's all.
That's my favorite room to channel in.
I've done so many. I have crossed so many people over sitting on the toilet. You guys have no idea.
Exactly.
Oh, best death walking happens in the toilet.
Yes, it does. Okay, Libra, you ready for your sound?
Yeah, may as well. Let's get this.
Okay, animal medicine for Libras, Raven. So all of you Libras out there, hold on to the magic, because we're going to anchor, grounding you with Mother Earth and flying you with Grandfather Sun gone. So, when you're wanting to balance, you put your feet on the ground and you receive the life force energy of the earth. And you get those roots in the ground like a tree, and the branches in the sky like the sun, and then balance. Like a raven into the realm of magic, because that's where you create from.
That's interesting. I'm not sure. That opened something.
Probably the crown. It's a bee gong.
And it's so opposite things to be grounded but yet to fly at the same time.
Yeah,
That's a paradox, and I mean,
in the work that I do, it's eagle medicine is the connection of heaven and earth, and humans
find sustenance in the air. You do need to.
Humans are the hollow tube conduit that connect heaven and earth energy. So I use the earth and sun gong for that metaphor.
Almost like, can you go bang those one more time, please?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a dream tonight.
All right.
So we're about to, can I wave my scorpion tail now?
Go ahead.
We're on my sign.
All right. Here we go. Y'all need to talk about your families. There's family. Here's the thing about family. Everybody, stop getting your bee in up on it. You all know family is not necessarily bloodline. It's your tribe. It is who you can claim as your family. You may be ignoring one of them right now. It's not intentional, but it is, somebody is feeling left out. Go ahead and take a moment and make sure that you see this little bird's mouth is open. Yes, you need to feed him. But you also need to sit on these other two to make sure they hatch. Pay attention to your family. Pay attention to your community. You need them. Oh, yeah. Spirit is saying I have to say it, so I'm going to say it. Way more than they need you, actually. They ground you. They keep you here, which is why it is in the root chakra. Okay? So it's unintentional. You don't mean to ignore, but while you're feeding this baby that's already hatched, go put your big buffalo butt back on these other two eggs to make sure they hatch and they crack. Because what's the point of having one child when your two other children have died? Okay. Pay attention. Johnie, the face. You're supposed to have a big, happy family. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Humility also. This is going with your family, not about ignoring your family, but remember when I said you need them more than they need you? And that's that moment of realizing that, in that humility, they ground you. They keep you going. There's something about this tribe that you have chosen to call as your earth family that is just so rejuvenating for you. So go ahead and hug on to them. Hug your earth family, because that's it. That's who you need right now. Okay. You also need to, while you've got your earth family, let's talk about your spiritual family as well, your spirit guides. Okay. So right now, you just need to be surrounded by your tribe, both your soul tribe and your earth tribe. That's going to replenish and refill you, is what I'm hearing. So go ahead and get that refueling, get that love. It's been a year and a half of a lot of this. So go ahead and kindle and just hug on your family, your spirit family and your earth family.
So I pulled the card and I had no idea what it meant. I forgot. Just had to look it up. And then I didn't want it afterwards. So. It's
almost like you done pulled out 18 decks.
I know, this doesn't make any sense.
Give me another one.
Okay, so I second that. I got the Mother Nature chakra, then I got Sacred Pool. Sacred Pool is about self-esteem and self-love and things of that nature. Now is the time to do the watering and the nurturing of those around you, yourself and those around you. Now is not the time for the outside world. Yes, we're all in this together. Yes, we're all one big world. Yes, we all love each other. We should all be in here together, blah, 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 blah. But when you need something, those you are in direct contact with are where you're going to get it from. So now is the time to pay a little more attention to in-home than outside. This is where you should be aligning your focus. Do not forget yourself with the Sacred Pool, but make sure that those around you, they know that you care about them. Because if tomorrow comes and it doesn't come for them, then that's a whole nother story, right? So make sure that they know that you care for them, and make sure you know that you care for you. As we always say, be careful of the words that you say to yourself. So be careful of the words you say to them too.
Scorpio. That was a good message. Thank you. That resonates with me and my Scorpio-ness. The clan of Scorpio, the animal is snake, which means we molt and grow and change. And if we're not doing our work, we bite. Just a little bit. And my first shamanic journey that I ever did was one in which I had a grizzly bear walk into my medicine wheel with a frog in her hands. And she spelled her name, Okadu. And the paradox of Scorpio is such that Okadu, by the way, it took me 2 years to find out what that word means. It means peace in Inuit. And we tend, the Scorpio clan, which I am definitely a part of, we tend to think we can do it alone. It's a trait of Scorpios. And I just moved out of Texas into Arkansas, into a place I've never lived before, have no family except for my housemate who's part-time and another couple that moved up from the same area I lived in. And it's really making me appreciate how much I need heart family, how much I need them, and how much I need to say a few things to part of the family I left behind in Texas. So spot on. We're good at paradox, us Scorpios. These bowls are going to go out of here really grounded and activated.
I tell you every time.
Okay, let me change the sound so we can not echo.
From the first time I heard them, I knew. And I was like, they're gonna, and then I I hear the progression every time you play. How strong.
Yeah, they're getting stronger, and they're getting stronger tonight.
Coming online, and they'll meet their I guess cousin Crystal C
Uh-huh.
note. So they'll all commune nicely together. All right. It's beautiful. We just did Scorpio, so now it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius. There's a lot of root chakra tonight. You get the whole entire root chakra, okay? Otherwise known as the base chakra. Some people call it root. I rooted to the tuda. I call it the root chakra. Couple things with the root chakra. Root chakra is about security. It's easy to feel insecure in this world right now. But what I need you to do is recognize just simply that it is easy to feel insecure, not be insecure, because that's a mind game. It is easy to feel insecure, and then just recognize it, then let it go. It's easy to fixate on the lack of money and resources that you have, unless you're a gazillionaire, and then even then you still fixate on it. Just remember that everything you need, you have an abundance around you, and then let it go. Hug your family. You have this beautiful thing called you can choose your family, choose your tribe. These are all things that are associated with the root chakra. All of the things that I just told you are affirmations that you can say to yourself, things that you can recognize that can help you balance out those tires for that root chakra. And here's the thing, what I love so much about, especially doing root chakra work with people, which is why I just ordered 2 root chakra bowls, for crying out loud. This is like having a tire. Think about, like I say, chakras are like tires. This is like, if your root chakra is not really attuned, I mean, it's like having 2 tires or 3 tires that are flat. Not deflated or underflated, but like flat. It's really, really hard if you're not grounded to go ahead and balance out the rest of your chakras. So go ahead, use this as an invitation to go ahead and start inviting some yummy work into your root chakra. If you need help with this, go ahead and go to the other end of the chakra spectrum, your crown chakra, and ask spirit for guidance. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to say, hey, I need help grounding. I need help with my finances. I don't feel secure. I need help right now. Ask for the guidance and you shall receive it. Okay? You're going to get it. Don't worry. Ooh, wow! Synchronicity. I'm sorry, because your outcome is answers. I'm sorry. That was just, because I have the cards laying flat and I don't read them until time to pick it up. So yeah, I mean, just, it's okay. Ground yourself, work on your root chakra, ask for that guidance, and just know your gift for that is going to be the answers. You'll get them one way, shape, or form.
That is so interesting. Because I get the root chakra too. But this one's holistic health. However, I always draw this to people's attention when I do the tarots. This does not mean health. This is commerce. This is communication. This symbol is the symbol of Mercury, or Hermes Trismegistus. That's the symbol of communication. Talking, root chakra, asking for help. What can you not do? I have Never Ending Story, which is constant drama, and then by the book. This is basically traditions or following in line or trying to do one thing the same way all the time. That does not always work. This butterflies, again, as we were talking about earlier. There are things on this earth, tadpoles, butterflies, that was supposed to be humans' indication that evolution exists. This thing, which crawls around, covered in all these little weird hairs and a million legs, can one day take off and fly. The tadpole, with no legs at all, grows them, and it's big as your fist. So this is your indication that all you need is something to help you along. This is your proof that things change, that sometimes change is hard, but you do need to reach out for it. The heart card is about what's on the inside. This is in this deck, it was asking you what drew your eye first. Was it the person? Was it the light? Was it the heart, the broken heart? What is it that you need to heal? What is it that you need to pay attention to? Everybody who is suffering the same thing is not suffering the same way. So sometimes you need to just reach out and see how someone else can help you. Talk. This is your security. This is your grounding. This is your identity. Talk. Let somebody else in so they can help.
Okay. So the power animal for Sagittarius is the elk. They're huge, they're powerful. And the part of this card that's resonating for me is the stone. And I'm going to grab one of these. Because as a fire sign, your crystal is obsidian. And obsidian can be extremely dense and black, but you will notice in the light, this has some beautiful gold sparkles in it. And that's you. That's your work. That's finding the beauty inside of you. I am going to play music. I'm going to play a big one. So this bowl is the same note as the Chiron gong, which is an E flat, D sharp. It's the belly button note. It's the Dantian in martial arts. So as you go within your obsidian and find your gold and ground it and get your security, know that you have power. It's part of who you are. Now you all sound really good too. Just breathe into that belly button part of your body. Take a deep breath. So, Adrian, I think your new root chakra bowls are in cahoots with cards. Mm-hmm. An awful lot of root chakras bowls.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Noticed that earlier. It's like lots of root chakra tonight. Couple things. Where did you buy that beautiful heart rainbow obsidian?
I don't remember.
That's beautiful.
This probably was on either Etsy or at a healing fair in Texas.
Okay.
The era when I got it, it would have been either something I found on a booth or got on Etsy.
Okay, because
it's a golden sheen obsidian. I love obsidian. It's
beautiful.
Just,
I like the way it looks like the universe is on the inside.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I was going to ask if you could put the link in the description if you remembered, because that's
I don't. I have so many crystals, and I can mark them by time because I started collecting them about 30 years ago. Okay. And this one is not a really old one. It's somewhere in the last 8 years.
Okay.
So it would have been probably a healing fair at a booth in Texas. Okay. In Dallas.
Second thing I would like to point out is I love how you just effortlessly pulled a ginormous bowl out of your butt, because that's how it looks on the side.
I have a rack over here.
And you just went. She's magic, ladies and gentlemen, but she's not that type of magic. Stuff behind her where she grabbed it. She did not just. Okay.
Weightlifting. I play heavy metal.
I know that bowl is a lot bigger in person than it looks like on that.
Yeah.
Very
yeah. This is I play this bowl all the time.
Like you could stand in that bowl. That's how big it is.
Almost.
So, kudos to you, because that was, and you did it one-handed too. That was very impressive. But it did look like you pulled it out of your derriere, my friend. Okay, so at 1 hour, 50 minutes, 20 seconds, we are on our last time. Thank you to all 100 and I think that's 57 of you who have joined tonight. We are going to go ahead and do Capricorn. Capricorn. I don't remember what sign I pulled this for, but earlier, but you were getting the same card, little inner child work. I need you to work on this one. Actually, is a little bit of healing in the form of innocence and wonder is what I'm hearing. Go out into the world. I hear Rose Nyland, like Rose Nyland. Go, for those of you, and shame on anybody in this chat who does not know Rose Nyland, N-Y-L-U-N-D. Rose Nyland from the Golden Girls. She was the airhead, but really, Rose went out into the world with an inner child innocence and wonder about her. She didn't go into something with a preconceived notion. She let the world introduce itself to her in its time. There's something that you need to take from that. There is a beautiful, beautiful thing when you walk into a situation and put all conceived ideas and notions, and you just let it introduce itself to you. The more you can adapt that, the more this joyfulness and this lightheartedness of that inner child will come into you. The more it'll spark joy, the more you will find interest in new things, because you're not walking into it thinking that you know it or you have this situation sized up. Go in there like Rose Nyland. What is this going to teach me about something today? And just see what you learn and enjoy the process. Ease. Is this the medicine, Krishna? Yes, it is, actually. Wow. It's very easy for you to receive once you put everything at ease. Stop fighting it, is what it's really in essence trying to tell you. Just stop fighting it. Go into it with a childlike wonder and innocence and just be easy, y'all. Be easy and be breezy. Let it come to you, okay? That is actually where true strength lies. True strength isn't trying to have control over everything, because only the fool thinks he can control everything. It is the soldier who walks into a situation and has no idea what's going to be on that other end, but still walks through it anyway and embraces it. That's strength. So know that when you get that peace and that ease and that childlike wonder, strength is going to be waiting for you on the other side.
Now, there is logic, and then there is spirituality. Sometimes they don't quite mesh. This card is called Feathers. And in this card is an attempt to try to mesh the two. And what it's saying is, obviously, this feather that is in front of you came from somewhere. It didn't just fall out of the sky. It must have been a bird that, lost a feather. But you look around and you don't see it. So what this card is telling you is you're not alone. You're not by yourself. There are obstacles here with the Mountain card. Obstacles that need some, not expertise, but you do need to be careful. Now, you can go around. It will take a long time. You can go over. That takes a lot of endurance, a lot of patience for that too. Or you can chip away at it. That may take a long time, but you'll eventually get through. But the thing you need to learn about chipping away at something is the pieces fall down. And so now that you remove the mountain, you're surrounded by junk. You're surrounded by pieces. Now you still can't move. And you did that yourself. So sometimes you need to, with the tree of life, this means root it. There are people around you. There are people who have came before you. They're always around you. There are angels. There are ancestors. There are ladybugs. There are things that you don't really pay attention to because life doesn't really teach you to pay attention to your spiritual surroundings, just your physical ones. But there's always something around you that can help you with these in particular things. Sometimes there's a song by Erykah Badu. It's called 20 Feet Tall. And she's behind a wall that's 20 feet tall. She doesn't know how to get over it. And then she realizes if I get off my knees, I will realize I'm 20 feet tall. There is something that is always going to help you. There is something that is always with you, something that is always around you. That sometimes you just need a reminder. You too are 20 feet tall. You can step over this in particular obstacle.
Okay, for this beautiful Capricorn sign, I'm actually going to change the camera as well and go to the medicine wheel. Boop. There we go. So your power animal is a goose, and you are an element of earth, and your power is in the north, which is your mind. So you have earth over here in the west. You have your mind, your mental ability in the north, your spiritual ability in the east, and your emotions, that playful inner child in the beginning. And your 20 feet tall portion is right here in the center, which is your higher self, that can see all of your humanness and balance it as only a Capricorn can. And then as a goose medicine, you can fly above it all to see all of it.
I was once more that Capricorn's. I thought she was going to get something else. Just came back to sit down. Oh, I need more than one bowl. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I only have one.
They can be just a hair addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Attached to. I got 40,000 cards in there.
As the person who has several double-digit thousands of dollars worth of bowls in her house, yes, they become very addictive. They can. We need to. The South. We're gonna talk after about that South Bowl.
Oh no, those little babies are not for sale.
I think otherwise. Okay, so
They act. The interesting thing about the minis, the babies like that, you can't get them anymore. I got them probably about 17 years ago.
Stop picking on those, Adrian, first of all.
Joe, am I still muted?
no, you're not.
Okay, I know the bowls were blowing out the sound. I could hear that. It was echoing, even though I took off echo cancellation.
They were beautiful. Folks, thank you guys so very much for joining. I
Thank you.
was pleased as punch. I loved this. This was just entertaining. I think it was educational. I feel like we healed a lot through just the beauty of sound. So thank you, Johnie. Thank you, Jodi. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel. Also, please go to her website, Sacred Coyote. Screwed it up. Sacred Inspiration.
Secret Coyote. If you Google starcoyote.com, it will go to that website. And then I'll find the link.
I put Sacred Inspiration and Star Coyote together, and that's how I got. Yes, okay.
That works.
No YouTube and blog. So please go to sacredinspiration.com, book a session. You can do what she just did, especially that for Capricorn with you in person, one-on-one. And it's absolutely amazing, and it works.
Yeah, it does. I've been doing it for years. Yeah. And also, for those of you that have been here the entire night, please drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Because we did a lot of sound healing in among the beautiful reading. This was a really huge activation astrology thing that you guys were doing.
So take care of yourselves. Drink water. Go wash your hands with some cool, if not cold, water to ground yourself. Thank you guys for joining. Next week, I will be doing chakra talk with Lauren. She does not know it yet, but chakra talk about Mercury retrograde, everything that's happened, what to know from an astrological perspective. And then we'll be pulling some cards to kind of tell you how to deal with retrograde, because next week is like I think the last week of retrograde. So what learnings did we get from retrograde? So tune in. I think it'll be next Wednesday, give or take, but I'll put that in the community tab. There will also be a giveaway. I'm giving away a tarot deck next week, or an oracle deck, whichever one comes from the Amazon. I'll let you know. So please join us next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold. And I'll see you guys on the next broadcast. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.